Good morning. Kalimera, kalimera, everyone. Every day is a good day. Always remember this. Today it's Monday, the 23rd of June, and it's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new morning. Let's welcome Yanis.
Hello, good morning. Καλημέρα. Και καλή εβδομάδα να πω.
Και καλή εβδομάδα. Καλή εβδομάδα means have a
Let's
good week.
have a great week, not only good week.
A great week. That's a good way to start.
Let's have a great week.
Lovely. Okay, right, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Let me put a little bit of music in here just to give us the vibes.
Bring out the music.
Let's bring the music. Let's bring the music here. Right, let me get through the messages, and then we can start. Give you a second for everyone to join. We can see here Philip is here with us. Good morning, he says. Easy. Good morning to you, sir. Bassman. Good morning, Alice and John, and all of you beautiful agents. I hope Monday brings you a happiness and joy. Roll on the Monday range. Kalimera, everyone. Aras. It says, Kalimera. Stelios. Good evening. On the other side of the world. Down under, so they say. Right, okay. Good morning, everyone. I always, say...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say to everyone, hello and good morning. Philip, Easy, Basman, Aras. The Stelios would say Kalispera, because I think it's evening now right over there.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, it is. He's ahead of us.
He's very front.
Tell us what's happening. What's going to happen today? Tell us.
I think it's kind of like time traveling,
Yeah, tell us what's happening. Give us a news. Tell us a sentiment.
Let's say good morning to Mural Mac, to Bander Bubbly. Good morning to everyone. I miss you guys. I think was και πέμπτη Παρασκευή έλειπα εγώ.
Yeah. You were 2 days away from us. Yep.
2 days.
2 days.
Miss you guys. Miss all of you. Because now the season has started. We have all the weddings, christenings, and the events. It's kind of difficult right now for me.
He's fully booked. No, I mean, we should always have, your business to grow and always to be busy and always to be booked, right? And we also wish you that you're going to move into a direction towards, passive income, right? Right now, you have to put a lot of hours down for you to have your own gains. It is understandable, but we always wish you to find options and methods, and for you to move to direction into businesses that can create passive income. So we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. We wish you the same. We all want that for the purpose to be more, to live actually more free.
Yep.
To have more time with family, with friends, and not worry about the next day, about all the economic part,
The financial part, yeah.
Financial part, yeah.
Stella says the crystal ball doesn't work. Do you need batteries? We can go to
Crystal
Jumbo.
balls?
Yeah, crystal ball. We can go to Jumbo and buy one.
I will send a new one.
Yeah, we'll send you. I have one, but it doesn't work with, it doesn't work either. Right. Right, okay.
You can create a pattern for the ball to connect it with copper wire and magnets, and you have infinity power. Because
Infinity power.
magnets, magnets they lose power after I think 400 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So you have infinite power.
Infinity power with coil, coil up the copper, and have the magnet within, so that will create a magnetic field.
You can use a magnet from a speaker.
Yep, true. Or you can use earth magnet, which is one of the most powerful ones. Earth magnet. Earth magnet, no. It's a big one. Right, okay. Let's start and see what is going on with Bitcoin. So, I hope that you had these shorts open when we said last week and Thursday and Friday. I said that, short term, I'm going shorts. There is no indication of what's going on with the news that is going to push the price up. Okay? No war is going to give an uptrend into a chart. The only uptrend is going to be oil, but not crypto. Okay? Anyway, let's have a look a little bit on the charts. I'm going to do global market overview, the same thing that we did on Thursday and Friday. Maybe John is going to experience that for the first time. Okay, so bear with me a little bit. Yep, let's do this a little bit quickly. Right, I'm not going to waste any time, and then I can give then the screen to John, and he's going to start with the altcoins and any surprises that he has. Right, for us. Okay, so Bitcoin still in the downtrend. We broke obviously 105.8. We got rejected big time. Okay, rejection. Remember, we witnessed that live. It happened early hours in the morning during the live, and I said, guys, once we're going to hit the 50% of the range, please be careful. Wait for you to get acceptance above 105.8. A couple hours later, boom, it goes down, and it was still going lower and lower and lower. It broke 102.4, right, and it went all the way down to our next G level, 99, which is breaking the psychology here. Okay, we broke the 100 mark. The 100 mark is down here. This is a psychological level. We broke it. It came under exactly on the G level. Okay, that is very exciting for us, not because it's going down, it's because we have the G levels. Okay, and it's something that is so obvious, so visual, right in our face, right in our eyes, right on the front of our eyes. You can see that the price is losing G levels, which is make it very clear. It makes it very clear that we're going down under. Okay, and you can catch these trends quite early compared to other systems. Okay, I'm not saying 100% of these systems. I don't know all the systems that have been existing out there in the world. However, my system, you can see that I got a G level that I never hold above 109. It came down, trying to push and stay above 105.8. It does not. That doesn't happen. It comes lower, trying to once again. And all this time, what that it does, if you see the market structure, it just keep on breaking the lows, right? Breaking structure, and it broke that structure too. Have a look on the 12 hours or even the 3 hours. It's going to be fine. So you lost that structure here. Okay, if I put a straight line, you lost that structure, comes down, rejected, comes down. These lows got broken. Okay, if I make that a straight line, so you see that was support, push one more time to 105.8. It did not manage to hold it, and it comes down, and you can see that it flipped it. That was support, that was resistance, and off it goes down, and you keep on losing levels. It's so obvious with the G level, with the CIA G levels, that is shouting, screaming on you that we're going down. It's going shorts, right? We're losing it. We're losing levels here. So I'm very, very excited about how early we can catch the signals, right? The signs, so to say, on the chart. So I'm very happy about that, very pleased, and also I see how the price action are bouncing on the key levels. Okay, so yeah, if you pay attention, because that's what the G levels is telling you, that for you need to pay attention for this price and this price and this price, then you can see what is happening. Now, after the big bombing, I mean, you look what happened. United States said that they're gonna wait for 2 weeks. And I think they didn't wait, not even 2 days. And they bombed Iran exactly on the weekend when the market was closed. So the only thing that reacted was Bitcoin, and you see that the major dropped. It went down. Same thing like with the nukes that bombed Iran. And it went all the way down. Now you can see that it's trying to spike up. Why? Because it's the day after. They're trying to minimize. You can see that they're trying to cool them down. The attacks between Israel and Iran. I'm not saying it's going to be completely stopped. I don't believe so. At the same time, you have. You have the Russia and Ukraine, the exchange as well. Fire. It's not a nice. What is going on around the world? I'm still looking at the news as we speak now. We'll see. I mean, let's hope that they're gonna stop there, which I don't believe so. I hope, but I don't believe so, because United States moved closer to Iran with Air Force and Navy. I don't think we're gonna see ground force into Iran. That is gonna be a major bleed for United States. Honestly, it's going to be a big bleed. Let me see another source of news. Let's see what's going on. What do they say? Give me 1 second here. Okay, so Iran is Iran says it's going to be payback. Also, there's another thing now. United States says that they target and they had a very success on the hits. The rest of the world kind of like questioning how successful United States was. Because President Trump was very when he came out to the on the media, he did he was very fond, so to say, about this attack and how spectacular it was and how accurate it was, and right on the point. Well, let's see. We're gonna have a look a little bit later on the rest of the markets, but yeah, I don't think this is over yet. It's far from over. Okay, it's far from over. So, I'm very sad that people have to go through this in Iran. Israel and United States, it's clearly that they are together into these the planet way ahead, and that's why we saw the spike on oil. I'm trying to stay neutral, so to say, within our community here. Okay. My thesis is always the same, that no war is going to do any good to anyone, especially to the civilians, right? And it's about ego, it's about control, who is more powerful, and this kind of show off, right? Which is kind of nonsense. That's why I battle here for our freedom, to make us a little bit more independent and not to be dragged in by this kind of actions. Now, if you're living in Iran and you're Iranian, obviously someone's going to drag you into this kind of situation, right? And this is what I'm trying to be, free man, free soul in this earth, and to be, a civilian of the world, and for you to have the freedom to be anywhere you want. Now, after the bombing and after the storm, we can see that the markets are trying to recover. I do believe that they are going to recover. Okay, let's have a look a little bit on the market. For the ranges, we're going to see them tomorrow, because this is today as a Monday. So we're going to have a new weekly range, and we're going to have a new Monday range that's going to be formed tomorrow. Okay, so that is not good, so to say, as for today. So I'm going to remove the Monday range, and also I'm going to remove the weekly range, and then go back to weekly time frame. That's the new candle. That's the previous candle. And I need to plot the weekly range here. There it is. Expand a little bit. And then as for Monday open, let me go 3 o'clock. So that's the 3 o'clock. It's a bearish candle. So I'm going to mark the top side of the body. Give the template as a Monday open. There it is. And I'm going to lock it so I don't want to drift it accidentally. So currently we can see that Monday, okay, is opening, the price is above the Monday open and is pushing towards the upside. And we're approaching the weekly 50%. Okay. Also, what line do we have? We have the monthly 50% as well. The previous month 50%. You can see that the price was trying to hold in this area, finally lost it. It's coming back. There is a high possibility that it's going to get rejected and then come down. Okay, let's see how that goes. Obviously we're going to come back on this chart tomorrow, Tuesday, once we're going to have the Monday range. Now the long-term weekly time frame chart. Now, because of this bombing, obviously the previous week, right, it was so strong to the push to the downside that we closed for the first time inside the golden range. Okay, and obviously with the war escalating, that was kind of a little bit, kind of situation that it was going to happen. Nothing was going to stop that. So that's why Thursday and Friday I said, guys, going short. I think we're going down. We're going to see lower levels. We see that we touch that imbalance. Okay, let me mark the imbalance for you. There it is. It tapped inside the imbalance. The price is reacting, so it's kind of recovering. But if the war is continue, and in that kind of size, that escalation, if it doesn't de-escalate, I see a continuation to the downside. So the next target, guys, is going to be 95.8 once again. Right, now we need to be a little bit cautious in general. We know that we're going short. We know that it's going lower. Okay, so it's kind of in a danger. We have a new wick now. Look at that. It's the 7 days. You see, we've got a nice, lovely, strong confirmation. Correction, of course, because a couple of days ago, before the weekly close, we had a cross up, right? And because of that massive, let's say, down move within the weekend before Monday morning, which is the the Sunday, or let's say Monday midnight, okay, which is the closing of the weekly, it corrects its course, and you see that we have a clear cross down, okay, and we're heading for the weekly, still heading towards the downside. So yeah, if the news continue to be that way, as we have today, it's going to be a little bit hard. Even the 15 days still going for a cross. Okay, it is not confirmed yet. We need another week. We need to see. Let me go to 15 days. We got another 6 days. So next week we're going to close the 15 days. Okay, so let me put that back there. So the next week we're going to see what the 15-day is going to finalize. Okay, so we need to see what's the confirmation that we're going to get on the 15-day. So if market is going to still heading downwards, so by next Sunday midnight, Monday midnight, we're going to see the confirmation. And if that is going to continue like this, then we're going to see that the 15-day is getting rejected on the 50% on the stochastic RSI, and then we're going to have a lower high, okay, which is going to print a major warning that the price is going to continue to the downside. All right, and 30 days still got a lot of time, still printing a little bit bullish, but once again, look at this. We've got this high, we've got this low high, and the question is, are we going to get a lower high? Okay, so we need to be a little bit cautious. From the monthly onwards to the upside, we experiencing a divergence, a bearish divergence. Okay, so let's see if that's going to play. Despite let me go to 3 days. Let's get some structure. Despite what we see, even on the daily, despite what we see from the indicators, we just need to observe the structure. Okay, it's going down, push up, come down, push up, come down. Huge major push to the upside, did not break these highs. It's coming down, push one more time, got rejected, come down, find some support, push up, and then it's coming down. So we're breaking the structure here. Okay, that's the problem here. We're breaking the structure. This is a high, low, high, low, high, low, lower, low, lower, low. Push all the way up, it come down, and we're breaking structure. This is the moment. Okay, that we're breaking structure here. So yes, it is with a wick. I want to see, especially on a high time frame. Let me put this yellow. Let me put that with a warning or alert. Okay, or a warning, it's up to you. I want to see if I get a body close on the daily under that level, then we have a really strong confirmation to the downside. If we're going to close under that level, which is going to be 100,430, so if we're going to get a daily candle, okay, let me go to 12 hours, which is one of my favorite time frames. Okay, even the 12 hours is going to front run for us. So if we get a 12 hours, that's going to close under 100. Okay, that is going to be not so good that the market is reversing and we're going to the downside. Give me 1 second, guys. John, can you take the lead for 1 second, and then I'll be back?
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be back.
Yes. Hello again. Hello, everyone. What I was trying to see right now, I'm on XRP, of course. I'm on a weekly time frame. I was trying to see all the movement of XRP from the high that went and then started to drop, and then came a little bit to the upside, and now is dropping again. What do I see? Because we had an imbalance over here way back on the 25th of November, and with some weeks over here is trying to fulfill that imbalance, and over here took that imbalance all the way, all of it. So about XRP right now, because in on a downtrend movement at the moment, my hope is that it's sitting above the 50% of that imbalance that we have over here. That's what I was trying to see right now. Also, we have a big one down there, but that imbalance, we will see it, I think, when officially the market is, it will be bearish. When we enter the bear market officially, and then we see those prices. But for the moment, I'm not afraid for this imbalance over here. I'm not even look at it. At the moment, as I see from this level and up, we can say that as it is, it's a big range for XRP. It's sitting inside that range right now. I didn't include that wick over here and take only the bodies. It is inside that range. If it breaks that range and go for that liquidity over here that is staying, then we can say that we're going even lower. Let me mark that liquidity, because that liquidity is from this week over here. But not to confuse you, I will check it further, and then I will speak about that again. Now, as you can see, what is this G level? This G level is, I have marked only the previous candle, the previous week, and now we are starting the new one. Today is Monday, and what do we see? It's sitting below that 50% of that G level. Went over there way down to 1.90 and close even higher, and now it's printed a blue candle over here. We have like 16 hours, almost 70 hours yet to see what exactly this candle will do. For those who see with the weekly ranges, we are sitting right now below that 50%. We can break also this level to the smaller one, and now there you go, it's sitting exactly at that 50%. We want to see that this level over here, it will act as a support and then go back and reclaim that bigger level of 50%. Now let me lose that and bring the not this one, this one. There you go. Let me bring the G levels again. We have the same. I have marked over here my liquidity pools for the price what I expect to see right now. It broke that 50% at $2.07. It broke that 50%, but it did manage to go all the way down and take also that liquidity that it is at 1.66. I'm expecting, because we have some liquidity that's sitting over here, then the price, what we always says, that is chasing that liquidity. If I see that this 50% level over here act as resistance, then I will have my confirmation to go to take a position for short, to go even for the next level down below, and for that the liquidity pool that is sitting over there. Let me measure how long is that distance. It's 20%. It's a big move, a big move from level to level. It's 20% down. Hopefully not to see that. I'm expecting that maybe XRP will return, make that 50% as support, and then go take down the balance over here, that small liquidity that is sitting in this level over here, and then go even higher. But because of the news, we just wait and see. For the moment, what do we see? That is in a bearish movement. Let me draw that parallel channel. We can have more clearly image. There you go. What do we see here? That is also sitting below that 50%. I'm expecting what exactly we'll do over here. And then I have my next point. Actually, we can draw also another G level to have the 50%. There you go. You see how exactly they match with this parallel channel and also the G level. I'm expecting what the price will do in this G level over here. If it didn't manage to break it and acted as support, then I will take my short position, and then I will, if I can say, my first take profit point will be over here. And if it show me that has enough weakness and go even lower, like make that line as another resistance, and then I'm expecting to go to that liquidity pool down over there at 1.66. For the moment, I'm just waiting how exactly XRP will move. Let's go to the 90 minutes time frame. There you go. You see that over here we have like X mark for from the parallel channel and also the G level. That's the point that I'm waiting to see what exactly XRP will do. And don't listen, because there are many gurus out there right now, as the market is a little bit confused right now. There are too many gurus and say that the XRP will go to 10,000 per coin, 500 per coin. Then no, guys, we have some open wars that right now it's running, so the news are not so good for now, as at least says before. Now, I have also hype. I have left that chart way back from previous week. What do we see over here on hype? Went down, lost that 32 for a moment. We see 2 weeks over here, 2 small weeks, but it managed to stay above and it's trying to climb again. But as we can see, did manage to break that trend line I have drawn over here. I have this trend line from way back. There you go, from 26th of May. Found the resistance over here, 1, 2, and then went again down to that G level at 32.3. Did manage to lose it, acted as support the second time. As you can see, that, let me lose those brushes, sorry for a moment, come on, go away. So as we can see, we have one support, second support, and then what do we saw? Broke that trend line, and now this 50% of our G level over here acting as a support. Right now it's struggling, as I see it. I'm on a 90 minute time frame. It's trying to break that level. As I said, we have a very small range over here. Let me draw it and show it to you. If you go on the 15 minutes time frame, there you go. What do we see? Let me fix this for a moment. What do we see? That is ranging. What point will be my confirmation? When I see that this upper level of the range will be my support line, and then go to for that 50% of the G level and break it. For the moment, is moving inside that range, up and down. It is sitting above the 50%, and I'm just waiting how exactly will react in this range. If it breaks it above, then it's going for the 50%. If it breaks below, my support level is the first support level is in this trend line that I have drawn. I've kept from way back. My trend line is here. It's like second confirmation. I have my G levels, and also I have my trend line. Because why is that? Because I like to combine those two, so I have more confirmations for the next movement. Now, I saw before that ALCH it's actually has a small movement. I'm on a daily time frame right now, and what do I have here? We have that the first imbalance completely wiped out, and also the second one, because of that wick over here, also the second one has taken off. What do we saw? We saw this big wick down over here, took all that imbalance, and then close way up at the 50% that is sitting at that on our RG level. Let me go even closer so you can see. There you go. As you can see, was close above that 50%, lost for the moment, and now then went above that 50% of RG level. Let me delete those imbalances, not confuse you, sorry. What do we see? Way above that G level, did manage though to claim that 0.15, and with the small movements went below that G level, that 50%, and now it's sitting again, try to reclaim it, and it's sitting above that 50%. Why all those imbalances came back? I don't want you. There you go. As I saw before, we don't have any imbalance created over here, because also if I took this one over here, over there you go. If I take that one, it's almost fulfilled, because we have seen that wick over here. Didn't manage to take it all, but stopped a little bit lower. But I think that, in my opinion, that imbalance has cleared. We don't have any new one right now that is running. Let's go on the 90 minutes time frame. And now, what do we see? We see that ALCH changed the next candle, and now it's sitting above that 50% at 0.12. I'm expecting to sit above that 50%, make it as a support, and then go even higher for the next level that is at 0.15. And I won't take any action right now on ALCH, because in a bigger picture, as you can see, it is on a downtrend. We don't have any new breakouts for the previous high. If I see a new breakout from the previous high, then we'll see a change of movement. But for the moment, it's still on a downtrend. Let me see something. Yeah, that imbalance is way down. Hopefully not go even lower, but we will see. We will see. I also have maker. Those line ones when I send it on Discord. What do we see? That maker managed to claim that 50%. Even went for a moment to the upside, created it 2 weeks, and now went below that 50%. That 50% is a smaller G lever to the bigger one, inside the bigger one. I break my G levels so I can have more info and more accurate points for what the price is doing. Right now, went for a small movement below that 1727. That is level that is sitting over here, but it managed to stay and close above. And the second one candle that is running right now, it's again above that level. Also, I have my trend line over here. What do we see? We have one support over here and another one over there. My confirmation is still that maker has enough strength and sitting above that G level, and I'm expecting for maker to go even higher, not even lower. As I said right now, we saw that imbalance has taken off. Now it's not no more active. We have a liquidity pool that is sitting way over here down below. We have a small one. Let me mark for you. There you go. We have a small one over here. If it loses at the G level over here, the maker, if it loses this level over here, next up it will be that liquidity pool. Over here we will see that it will take that liquidity that is sitting down there, and then it's going to reclaim that level over here. But for the moment, as I see it, it's sitting above, and it shows me that has strength to go for the 50% that is sitting above over there. I have also Aave. Aave, as we can see, has lost all the imbalances and has went way down. Also lost this yellow line that I have marked over here. This yellow line, what was that? Was the liquidity that was sitting over there. This liquidity pool has taken off. No more active. Now what do we saw? Went down, took that liquidity over there, and now is trying to claim again back up. Didn't even go even lower the RG level over here at to 210, and now it's turning around. If it breaks the previous highs, then we have a change of movement. But Aave also, it's on the wait list for what exactly we'll do. We can break also this level to the smaller one. There you go. If we saw that Aave is building strength over here at this 50%, we have our next point at 252 for the as a take profit, we can say. That's why we draw all the time RG levels. We have more information. Even if we go in a lower time frame, we have even more information for what exactly the price will do. Now, Tau. About Tau, I don't know if anyone look at Tau, but I have my eyes on Tau because I'm expecting to go even lower so I can buy. It's a good project actually, and sometimes I'm getting upset because I didn't manage to go on Tau since over here. I looked on Tau way back when it was at I think $50. But okay, that's when you don't know a project and you don't do your own research. That's how you lose some opportunities. But we don't get disappointed. We take those trades. Even let me check my battery because χαμηλή μπατάρ που λέμε εδώ στην Ελλάδα. Χαμηλή μπατάρ. So what was as I said before, we're trading also even in those prices. We're trading on a upside or a downside. Right now, Tau, what we see from Tau, we have one rejection over here, second one, and the third one over there. Created an imbalance. I have market over here. I will keep that imbalance. Also, all my imbalances I have marked. I will keep that imbalance. Lost that G level at 385 and went straight down to the next one at that is sitting at 310. Also created a small imbalance over here. It's a small one. I'm expecting, if we see some positive movements from the project, I'm expected to take that one and that imbalance created acting as support and then go even higher. But for the moment, that we have some battlefield open with all the news and the wars, we will see. I also have my imbalance over here. Oh, come on. I also have my imbalance over here. That's why I'm marking all the imbalances also. I have my G levels and the imbalances and my trend lines. If Tau did manage to break that G level and acted as support, I'm expecting to go for that imbalance over here, take that, and then turn around at 236. For the moment, I'm just waiting because I was in 2 days off because of my photo shootings. I saw the signal that Thales said about the short thing, but I didn't took any of those. Why? Because I was outside working. And now I'm on a waiting mode, if I can say, to see how exactly they will move. And I think that's all from me.
All right. Okay. Good. Sorry about this, guys. I had a little crisis downstairs that I had to step in and play the role of the United Nations. I had to wear my blue beret and go down and see what was going on. One of those things, kids are out of school and if they're bored and they don't know what exactly to do, while they're watching TV, they're teasing each other and ending up kicking each other. So one of those things. Sorry about that, guys.
That's how the kids playing.
Yeah. This is how the brothers and sisters form the relationship. Right. Okay. Okay. The screen is back on me. Thank you very much, John, for stepping in and giving me a hand here. Good. Right. Okay. Cool. Right. We were talking about structures. So even on the dailies, guys, we are in a downtrend. Okay, we know that we had an approach 109. We did not manage to stay above, not even close. So that was the marker. This is the first attempt, failed. Second one here, another lower high. Right, so this is your LH, lower high, another lower high. And we're still getting low highs and low lows. Okay, so the structure here is very, very strong to the downside. We had a nice range going on here. Okay, so you see multiple levels here that support, but here that was the moment that we flipped. Okay, a common ground as a support, we flipped as resistance, going out and losing our focus point range that we have here. A big range forming for some time. We lost it coming down. Now it's trying to approach it. As I said, it makes sense that we're going to see a recoil, so to say, like a recovery. I don't believe there's going to be a long-term recovery. unless the news is going to be so strong that the markets are going to, believe that, there's no need for fear to be around in the markets. But this is the second low high. This is the third low high. All of them are low highs. All the lows are getting lower and lower. Even though that recovery, if we bounce from here, 102, 450, and continue to the downside, that possibly is going to be another lower high. So no longs yet. I still see short-term shorts opportunities. Right, the market is heading downwards. And also with help of the news of the media and the war, that is not going to help at all. Confidence is going down. Right, so let me have a look a little bit on the CME gaps. We had other CME gaps formed here before, so all these CME gaps in between got cleared. Even that one here today, it got cleared all the way down. You see the opening of the candle, it went past that level of 101,800. It went all the way down. Now it's pushing up, and we have a new gap. Okay, not because of this gap over here on the left, it's because of this gap here now. Okay, we've got a huge gap between this candle closing and this candle opening. Okay, so I'm going to wait today to see how that gap is going to form. Okay, so I can put that in yellow to be more accurate with you guys. The reason why is because this candle is still printing. Okay, so we need to see what is going to finalize for us to see where the gap is, because if I want to be more accurate, I need to take consideration where it's closing. But the opening was all the way down here, so that was the initial gap. Okay, so far now is closing up. Okay, and tonight that is going to finalize. Okay, when we are going to have the US Open. Let's see where after the US Open. Let's see what it's going to finalize and see what kind of gap we're going to have. Okay, so it was a major move, right? ETH, obviously, ETH was following the market, was going down, lost to 2,500, lost another key level, 2,375. It went all the way down to 2,251, lost that level, went all the way down to 2,126. Bounce off, trying to recover, and is trying to claim 2,251. Let's see how the rest of the day as EU is gonna form, what kind of you can have in your focus area here as well. You can print a range, okay, and then pay attention. Okay, I cannot form yet a range, okay, on the 90-minute. I can take at least the last price action here, that section over here, that section here, right? So I can a little bit have a look over here. Okay, that one there. I can put that in a little range. Okay, come back 11 minutes, and then you can see what the price action is going to do. Okay, this is like a focus point according to a continuation area that we had. So you had like a purple, a blue, and a purple continuation. So I marked the continuation candle, and I wanted to see what are we going to do here. Is Ethereum going to hold 2,250 and break out? We're going to see, or either we're going to see a failure and continue to the downside. Let's see. Okay, this is our focus area for Ethereum. Okay, let's have a look a little bit on ETH and Bitcoin. You see that ETH Bitcoin is really dropping now. So ETH is trying to hold back, so to say. So the big movement is happening by Bitcoin, and you can see that Bitcoin overtaking in performance wise Ethereum. So primary mover is Bitcoin and not ETH. Nevertheless, we can see that even Bitcoin was dropping, ETH was dropping, and we have the same. I mean, if we go to 12 hours, you can see that we have the same issue here, right? Even 6 hours. What do we have? We've got these highs, All right, low high, low high, low lows, low highs, low low. And the question is, what are we going to do here? Are we going to form another low high, or are we going to see really recovery and strength to the upside? We will see. Okay, we will see. The world is crazy right now. There's a lot of things going on, and even with 2-3 active wars going on, you can see that the markets are, they are reversing, they're going down, but they're trying to show a sign of recovery, and a lot of people believe on the recovery. I'm not so sure. Okay, now before I'm going to the altcoins, he already spoke with some altcoins with John. Okay, but so far the majors are dropping. So Bitcoin is dropping, Ethereum is dropping. Let's have a look a little bit on natural gas. You can see that on the major attacks that we had, the price spiked up. Okay, the price spiked up, and on Friday you see a major correction, a little bit push to the upside, and then here's the question now: where the natural gas is going to stabilize? Okay, where it's going to calibrate? That is the after the first attacks, which is after the 12. Okay, you see that range, it turns around and starts spiking to the upside. So we have an uptrend. We're breaking that uptrend, we're losing that G level, and now we're approaching another G level, which is going to be $3.84. Let's see what's going to happen with natural gas. And let's have a look a little bit of gold. Again, I draw the G levels this time. If I'm going to zoom out a little bit, give you a little bit an idea on which areas that I marked. I marked an impulse. Gold was spiking up, then did a correction, and I marked this top with this very bottom, and then I use my G levels max, which is giving a lot of extensions to the future. And you can see even on the weekly that how price is reacting to these G levels. Go down to 12 hours and you can see a little bit more closer how the price action is reacting to these G levels, even for gold. Okay, so here's gold on the 12-hour time frame. You're more than welcome if you want to break the levels, a breakdown so to say, between here and here. You're more than welcome to do so. We are on the upper 50% of the range. Okay, so gold spiked up, just on the attack, and that is, this is a 12. So from this area just before the attack, you can see that the gold was spiking up. The same thing with oil, and then you see now it's coming down, push up a little bit and come down again. So let's see if gold is going to start shorting. Okay, but you have a common resistance, a rejection area, right? That's the first marker, that's your first visit, that's the second visit. You see that is dropping. Let's see how far will it drop this time for the gold. Okay, is this going to be temporarily, let's say, the triple top for gold? Let's see. Now let's have a look at a bit of silver.
What else do we see? What else do we see
on gold?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we see?
Even on gas, that G levels works everywhere.
All right. Well, the G levels are working. Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice confirmation.
Sorry about the interaction, because I saw the G levels that on gold that you have right now, then match. Actually, they are to the point. They match perfect. So that's why G levels work very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Let me go to oil.
About silver.
Yeah. We're talking about silver, and let's have a look a little bit on oil, because that is a little bit. We need to pay attention. Look at that huge gap that we have here on oil. So the 12, you can see that we had a spike. Okay, we mentioned that before. So let me go to a bit higher time frame. We've seen that at the beginning of June, you can see that the oil really picking up, okay, in an uptrend, and especially a day before the attack, you see that really oil was really spiking up, okay. So let me have a breakdown, okay. Let's find a nice impulse. Oh, that's a very strong impulse. Okay, why not? I'm going to use that impulse. That very low, that very high over there. Let me reverse. I don't need to use max. I'm going to use the force. I'm going to make it a bit stronger, and let me expand that to this level here, and then I can have a breakdown. So let me go down to 12 hours. Let's bring these prices just a little bit slightly closer to 500 for us to be visible on the 12 hours. And then let's have a breakdown. Sorry, 87.18, and then 45.09. There it is. There you go. And let me expand that a little bit to the left, so we can have something to compare. Let's make it 1500. There we go. We can see that even with oil, if you do a nice breakdown, you can have visible nice levels for you to work with. So we can see that oil is getting, it got spiked up twice, 3 times on $77, and it's getting rejected. Okay, once, twice, 3 times. Okay, it just went a little bit higher, but it's coming back down again. So it's a bit dropping. It's dropping a little bit, which is good news. Okay, but if the war is going to continue, seriously, if the war is going to continue, we're going to see, seriously, I believe that we're going to see another visit after $120. Okay, at least in this series, all right? And this is series, I believe that we're going to revisit 116, 120-ish if the war is going to continue. Okay, when do we reach these regions here? That was back in March 22, and that is exactly after the beginning of the war between Russia and Ukraine back in 2022. That was February. So oil went all the way up to 130, and because of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Okay, so oil came back all the way down to 55. Look at that, 55. Majority was around 66 most of the time, like a range between 87 and 66. Every attack, every major news, I assumed that we can see the price was spiking up. Now a little bit more aggressive. Okay, you can see that the curve is a little bit more aggressive. That is because of the conflict between Israel, Iran, and United States are stepping in. So let's see if the things around the world with the wars are going to calm down a little bit, and if they're going to calm down, then maybe we're going to see price coming back to 66, which is another G level. Once again, if you plot the G level in a way that makes sense, that is going to work for you perfectly. Okay, that is going to work for you perfectly if you're trading any kind of assets. Okay, it doesn't matter which commodity you're going to use. You're going to use, I have a list here. You're more than welcome for me if you want me to share that list. I have crypto assets, which is like Bitcoin, Dominance, Ethereum, others, Total Ones, right? Tether, Circle, and then I got commodities, which is gold, silver, crude oil. Okay, You can see I've got 3 different prices because are from 3 different regions, and you can see all of them are in the 70s, right? 74, 77, 74. Then I've got heating oil, okay, and then we've got RB, which is refined gas, which is on $2.32, and then we've got natural gas on $3.89. And then we've got index, which is like the markets in the United States, like SPX, ES1, which is the mini of SPX, NASDAQ. Then we've got Dow Jones, and then we've got Europe, what the Europe is doing. We're going to have a look at them right now. Let's have a look what is Europe is showing us, right? There it is. Europe is kind of dropping, right? Europe right now is not so strong. It doesn't look strong. Germany, you see, is dropping. Germany economy is going down. UK start to drop down a little bit. What about Japan? Japan was rising but dropping again, trying to come up strong. Let's see if they're going to break the structure and continue to the upside. What about Hong Kong? You see, even Hong Kong is dropping, trying to spike up a little bit, but it's still in a downtrend. Okay, so around the world we can see that the general stock market, or let's say the major exchange around the physical exchange around the world, look at that. Nasdaq is trying to push up, but you can see that it's curving. Okay, let's have a look on SPX, turning to the down, right, to the downside. Yes, we see some increasing right now, and that is because of the war. New good news that they hit Iran, and they think they immobilized Iran, stuff like that. So that is good news to them. So we may see a little bit spikes, but let's see in the long term. Nasdaq, the same thing. They're all curving, right? Dow Jones is in a downtrend. Look at that. Double top here, push all the way down, trying to recover, but it's failing to come to these highs, right? It's come to these highs, and you see that it's kind of ranging. Okay, so Nasdaq, Dow Jones, that is. VTI, again, the same thing with Dow Jones, right? And even further down, I've got VIX. VIX is the volatility. Remember, I marked this volatility down here. Anything above, anything below 12 is extreme calm. Okay, we are 21. Anything between 12 and 18 is normal. Remember that I said the last week that I need to see VIX under 18 for everything to be under control, so to say. If we see anything more than 18 to 25, we need to be cautious, which is 21 right now. Anything above 25 to 35 is high fear. Okay, so we marked the other day that VIX was increasing. There it is. VIX was increasing, and that gave us a little bit of moment. What was going on? Why the fear is increasing in the markets? Now we can see that it's dropping a little bit, increasing once again, trying to drop now. So we are in a range. Okay, so we are in a range above 18. Let's say minimum 18. This is the flip point. Let me do here the flip point. Here's the flip point. Let me do this a little bit stronger. Let's do support and resistance. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and then let's have another one above here, so around these levels here. Okay, let me use high time frames. If I get some engulfing candles, I can't get engulfing candles here, but let me get something like this, right? We go down to 90 minutes or any time frame. So that kind of making sense here. Okay, we're not worried about that. There it is. Leave that here. Leave that here. So this is the range. Okay, so kind of in the region of caution. Okay, we are inside the region of caution. Okay, the uptrend is broken, which is good. We don't see continuation to the upside. But we're bouncing inside the range. The lower it goes, the better it is. Okay, this is the fear index, not volatility, that the market is moving. This is the fear index. So every time that that is spiking up, I believe that the more fear that we have inside the market, that means the market is dropping. Okay, people are getting afraid. They're closing trades, they're closing options, you name it. Start sorting. And then also at the very bottom here, I've got the Feds. They need super high time frames, and they're working with bars. This is not chart; it's just bars. Okay, it's just bars, and this is the CPI so far. Is on the index of 320. We've got the GDP was still in the red, negative, and every time that GDP is in the red, in the negative, that is a sign, that is a high possibility that the Fed can't increase rates. Okay, unemployment rate 4.2, same level as before, so unemployment rate hasn't changed on the monthly. And then the fund rate, you can see that the fund rate is like 4.3. They're trying to stabilize that and stay positive. Let me see if I can get a reverse clock on it. That would be awesome. Yeah, it is a countdown, but there's no... Okay, it doesn't see as a price action, so there's no bar as a countdown. But anyway, this is a monthly time frame. This is a bar, it's not a line. Can I get a line? And do I get a countdown? No. Even if I try to... No, I don't get a countdown. So, yeah. Let me get these back into columns. There's no candles. So, because there's no candles, it cannot print the clock. The countdown clock, which is a little bit convenient for us. But anyway... The end of the month is always the end of the month. It's not very hard for us. We've got 23 today, the 23rd of June. So no, we don't have a lot of time left to see what the next bar is going to print. Okay, but if the GDP is decreasing, there's a high possibility that we're going to see increase. Okay, that the fund rates, the Feds, they're going to increase the fund rates. So let's see how that goes. Okay, this is an overall view of the markets all around with gold and silver. We can see that gold is dropping. Okay, it's dropping. Silver is on its way down. Okay, and we want to see where they're going to stabilize. Okay, now I have another chart here that I monitor. Okay, this is Bitcoin chart, but this time down here. On the let's say indicator, I'm trying to test another opportunity, so to say, a possibility for us to monitor the open interest on real time, okay, on any chart. How that goes? That the green background that you see is the open interest. The red line is the price, the current price, okay, which is, I use an EMA, okay, and that EMA is on setting number 1. So technically is really following on the spot, okay, the price action. And the yellow line is the average, okay, again is an open interest. And what I'm trying to monitor here is I would like to see when we have an open interest increasing. When you have an open interest increasing but the price still heading to the downside, then you get the understanding that it's a high possibility that the market is going to do a recovery, because the open interest is positive while the price is still going down. Then a few hours later you can see that the price is reacting to the open interest and it's going higher. Okay, when you see open interest decreasing, okay, there is a possibility that you're going to see that the open interest is decreasing and you can see the price continue to the downside. So the open interest kind of giving us a little bit of idea what the general public are doing with this token. So kind of it's like the crystal ball for you to see what is going on. Okay, unfortunately it is not global. That open interest, I get the data from Binance. Okay, And the reason why on Binance, because Binance has almost almost 40 to 50% of the overall Bitcoin trading volume. The rest of the between 60 and 50, the rest of that volume traded in Bitcoin is broken down to other exchanges. So Binance still is one of the most largest exchanges that they trade in Bitcoin. So that's the only data that I can get access to. So I don't go blindly crazy about it. I still under beta testing. I'm testing it. I'm observing, and that is going to be included, so to say, to the special agents syllabus, right? But still, it's going to be under investigation, right? I'm trying to see how I can use these lines. But overall, look at that. When you see the open interest that is dropping, you can see that the price is dropping. Open interest is going into the negative, so people are shorting, right? Then you see flat, and the price is going flat, and then you see an increase, and then followed by the price action. And then when you see a sudden decrease, then you see that the price is going down, flat, going sideways, a little bit increase over here. You see that the price spiked and then decrease. It's going down. It was coming down, and then yesterday, Sunday, that is a Sunday spike up on the open interest. I said, okay, let me see what the price is going to do. There's a high possibility that we're going to see price spiking up, and that's why all the gurus out there that said, oh, the market is going to recover. Big possibility is that they saw the open interest increasing. So instead of me going to CoinGlass and trying to use other websites about the open interest, I'm using these real time, so to say, on the chart, on inside TradingView, and I'm trying to use the largest data, which is Binance. You may have different, the traders inside the exchange will maybe different. So to say, like Binance wants to go longs and Bybit wants to go shorts. Unfortunately, you cannot use that yet. The easiest way that I found is I'm going to use Binance as a guide. So that's why I'm still waiting and see. So that spike, if I put that vertical line, so you can see where it front runs. Between these two lines, even if I could go even a little bit further to the left, let me get rid of it, that one. Let me leave that line over here. Let me grab that a little bit here. So you can see that the open interest was spiking, while the price was still dropping. And so, the open interest becomes very positive. There is a high possibility that the price is going to turn around. And this is what happened, Still an observation. And I said, I see that the price is spiking up, so that open interest over here played out. Now what do I see? High, low, high, going flat. So I see that it's going to get exhausted, the price is going to come down, and then it's going to stabilize because the open interest is going flat. It doesn't decrease, it doesn't increase, so the price action is going to go flatwise. So I hope that makes sense. It's under investigation, right? Under close monitor. And if I can make a clear picture and a strategy, that is going to be introduced to agents and special agents. This is not for rookies. This is a little bit more advanced. Guys. The strategy, it would not change, like the gangster fever and stuff like that. Is something extra indicated for us to observe. Open interest. You want to see what the rest of the market, the traders are doing. So I wanted to find something inside the TradingView instead of us going outside to another chart like CoinGlass. Right, that cheat from the global market overview. We've seen the Fed, we've seen we can see the currencies. Why not? Let's have a look a little bit on the currencies. We've got Dixie. Right, you can see that Dixie is trying lately. This is the 90-minute. You can see that it's trying to push to the price to the upside, while Dixie is getting stronger. That means it will influence Bitcoin to go lower. Okay, what about euro against dollar? You can see that euro is getting a bit weaker compared to dollar, right? So you see that overall we're getting low highs. Okay, so every time that you see that the dollar is getting weaker, aka the dollar is getting stronger, so the market is kind of weakening. Okay, the dollar is trying to be more stronger compared to euro. British pound, the same thing. You can see that, you know, it's dropping. This is a bit more forex kind of stuff, but I'm using that for me to see what is going on with economy around the world. Okay, and we know that the currencies inside the European section are having a direct impact. Okay, so forex, it is within, very strongly within the it starts with the European session. When you have the city of London, okay, operating, and Frankfurt, you can see what's happening with British pound, you can see what's happening with euro, or you can see what's happening with franc. Okay, this is the dollar against the franc, and you know, you can see the movements here. You want to go down to 50 minutes, there you have it. Can you use the G levels? Of course you can, obviously. You're more than welcome to use them. Do you want to use that, let's say, impulse? So I can use that impulse over there with this price action over here. So let me use the 4s. I'm doing this as an example. It's not going to be pitch perfect. Okay, I'm using that as an example just for you to see that yes, of course you can use the G levels on any market. We've said that before. Let me do this a bit quicker for the trading, and then you can break them down. Okay, you can break these levels down like that, and let me do the 8s between two zones, between that G level and all the way down that G level. Let me mark that 59, and this one 6. Let me do these a breakdown, thin lines, dashed lines. Let me take the overlapping. It's ugly, it's getting ugly, and make sure that it's on 8. Let me do that again. Take out the overlapping lines and make it that dash, and there you have it. Okay, you can see that you can go level by level on any time frame, on any chart. Okay, so overall, you know, watch out VIX, what VIX is doing. If VIX is dropping, it means the fear is withdrawing from the markets. Have a look at what in the European session, what the currencies are doing. You see that euro is dropping against the dollar, so dollar is getting stronger. Okay, so things are calming down a little bit. You can see a little bit what the stocks are doing, the indexes, so to say, on other exchanges around the world. Okay, you can see a little bit increase, 0.35 on the euro, right? Germany 0.27, UK 0.22, a little bit positive. Hong Kong 1.1 as for today. Okay, these percentages are resetting every midnight. Okay, so since midnight you can see that we see a little bit to the green side. Okay, the same thing with commodities. What's happening with gold? Gold is dropping. What's happening with silver? A little bit positive on silver. What's going on with oil? Do they go up? Do they go down? Compared into midnight, okay, opening, the daily open, so to say. But if you want to have a look, make sure that you go to the chart and see, oh, right, okay, this is an uptrend. This is a correction phase. Are we going to see a continuation to the upside or downside? Okay. Also remember that we're going towards the end of the monthly time frame as well. Today it's Monday the 23rd, but next Monday we're going to close June. Okay, so be careful towards Friday, and next Monday we're going to have a little bit aggressive move. That is because we're going towards the end of the month. Okay. Right. Again, if we see that the open interest is going flat, it means there's no fresh money coming in. There's no momentum. You see how strong that was, and then you can see that the candles are slowing down. So there's a high possibility that we're going to get rejected 102 and then maybe go sideways a little bit. Maybe we're going to see a move to the upside. I'm going to monitor that on Bitcoin, so I can bring that a little bit to the second side. Let me do this over here, and then let's see what's going to happen. All right, let's see, let's compare this chart with this chart and see, what, is the open interest is doing. So I can go down to 15 minutes, right? And you see kind of going sideways, okay? The lines are above the open interest. So the open interest is not overtaking the current price. A little bit increase. I see it's, kind of increase that. Okay, there it is. I can see a little bit move to the upside over the open interest, but overall my open interest is like here, right? That's my open interest. It's kind of sideways. The price is a little bit increasing a little bit here, so there is a possibility that we're going to see a little bit move to the upside. Okay, so we're going to see a continuation towards 102.450, and the question is, are we going to get rejected, or are we going to finally recover and start claiming levels? Okay. After that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We're just gonna be after. Right, yeah, that's it. That's it for me today. John, would you like to conclude or to add anything?
I think you said everything.
All right.
Also
okay.
for the commodities, because I didn't saw that in the previous live updates.
All right. Okay. It's a new addition to make, to give something new to our agents. Now that they're getting used to how we do the G levels and how we do the market update on Bitcoin and Ethereum and the rest of the market, they know how to do it. Okay. So we need to bring some other things into the plate now that they can handle, the TA. Now we need to bring more information to get more spherical view, because, as the news coming in and the walls, we need to have a little bit understand what's going on around us. That's all, just to enrich our knowledge and TA around other markets.
Exactly.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not only crypto. Okay, if someone is having a hard time with crypto and decides to go into forex, slowly we're gonna bring that inside the CIA and help others to do something good in crypto as well. And the strategy is going to be the same thing. The G levels, right proper swings, time frames, break them down, and then again the strategy is the same. You're taking action according to the levels, and it's down to you if you make swift actions, quick actions. Okay, now very quickly, let's have a look on Google. Google had a major drop.
Stelios has an eyes on Google.
Yep, I think
Right.
on Google and Tesla. I'm not sure if he still has open positions, but we see a major correction and rejection on the pitchfork. This is a pitchfork gangster level. Okay, it's a G levels on a diagonals for people that love diagonals. So this is a pitchfork. You can see on the 12 hours how strong that G level is operating. Once again, we lost it, but the good news is that we are not breaking down. We're not breaking down that support. Okay, ENA, look at that, is exactly bouncing on the G level, spot on. Let me do this a little bit, give some distance here. We went too far away. Let's come back to 330. There it is. No está su amígdala. Stella! Limp Bond 330. That was a funny quote from a movie, old movie. So so you see that it's reversing, but how strong it's going to be? It's going to change the trend. We don't know yet. ENA is on a major downtrend. Render the same thing on a major downtrend. Okay, all I have to do is expand the G levels, right? Rune downtrend. Okay. I know that a lot of people are talking about recovery and reversing, blah blah blah, and everyone is super excited, but high, low, high, low, high, low, high, lows, low, lows, low, lows. It's a downtrend, right? Let them be super happy. Let them be super excited. Let them be super bullish. It's okay. We see downtrend. We see losing G levels. Okay, we cannot ignore that fact. Virtual. Let's have a look a little bit on virtual. Let me go to 90 minutes. Zoom down a little bit. What do we see? Virtual still dropping, right? Never mind that you have these spikes. Never mind that everyone's trying to be very bullish on the guru shows and market updates that they're doing, if they're doing market updates. I'm not talking about a crypto banter here. I'm talking about other gurus out there. So you see that low highs, low lows. This is a downtrend. Okay, that's why since last week I'm calling that short-term shorts. I'm not trusting that we're going to hold levels. Link, the same thing. 90 minutes. Zoom out a little bit. Look at that. We marked supports and resistance, and look at how far it's going from resistances, right? We lost the 13. We are approaching 10, almost 11. Okay, 11.8. We're approaching 10.95. ENJ, look at that. I don't need to update the lines. You can see that we're losing G levels. All right, now ENJ is trying to claim 0.05 or 0.06. Let's see. Let's hope so. Okay, I'm not negative. I'm not trying to be against the market. Give me a trend and I'll follow. But just a reminder. Let me go to 90 minutes. Just a reminder that we are in a downtrend. Look at that. We go high, low highs. The uptrend, even that uptrend is broken. Okay, that uptrend here is broken. Even if I ignore that and mark it as a deviation, right? Some deviations going on here as an average. You have a deviation, spike up, deviation, spike up. We lost that trend. Okay, so we're in a downtrend. So that's why since last week, strongly we said shorts, guys. It doesn't look that it's going to go any better, especially when we had the news with the Israel attacking Iran, and then Israel was asking for support from United States. I kind of saw it coming and said, yep, they're getting involved. Let it say 2 weeks. That lasted only 2 days. Remember that I did the update and said, the fleet is going towards the Arabian Sea and the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. That is no good news. There's not going to be a kind of decision when you're going to have fleets approaching the Mediterranean, Arabian Sea and Gulf, and nothing's going to happen. All right? They're not going to come here just to say, good morning to Iran, we're just passing by. No, that was an aggressive move. So yeah, because of that aggressive move, I couldn't see that the market is gonna drop. It's gonna plunge. So this is what happened. All the charts are going down. Okay, zoom out a little bit and you can see that even the currencies are going down. Okay, this is a downtrend. This is high lows, highs, low lows. We are in a downtrend. Okay, overall we are in a downtrend. I know that a lot of people want to be optimistic and want to be positive and stuff like that. Look at that. We got inside the golden zone. Okay, we lost 109. We got so many rejections. 109. If we wanted to go higher, it should be gone by now. Okay, it was very positive to say and see, because I was positive as well, that as long as we stay opening and closing above that golden range, so to say, that golden line. As long as we stay above here, there is a chance that it's going to pop. Okay, but I don't see it going more than 122. But first we need to claim 109, and now because of this news, this war, you see that the market is going down. The question now is, reverse engineer the psychology again, are we going to see people panicking? Okay, and that is going to create a domino effect that the market is going to start dropping. Okay, now we're going to see a recovery. Now we're going to see that a new fresh weekly, this is a fresh week, we're going to see a little bit push to the upside. We're going to see some recovery, but the question is, are we going to manage to break above 104 and trying to go up to 109, or are we going to see a rejection and continue to the downside? So, spot guys or long-term investors, mid-term investors, spot-wise, time to pack up the bags, okay, and go short. Yeah, so please be careful with 102. Okay, we have our G levels. What do we want to see on the high time frame, like 90 minutes, 60 minutes is okay. 60 minutes is fine. It's a good time frame for confirmations. We would like to see staying above and continue to the upside. If you see that just barely that stays above, but it cannot continue, there's a high possibility that's continuing to the downside. Okay, and then you're going to have the Bob Simpson. Something goes fast, reacting, then it's going to come back again. If we're going to hear another attempt of rockets flying over the Israel, Iran, Middle East, stuff like that, you know what's going to happen. It's going to go further down. All right. Right, that's it. John, are you still here with us?
Of course. I'm listening.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time you got, let's say, a few more minutes. If you got other tokens that you wish us to have a look, to help you, to confirm with you, if we see the same things that are you seeing, right? Not the other way around. Okay, you are experienced right now. So it's okay for you to ask us to make sure that we see what you see.
Do we have any?
Well, we're going to give a few minutes because there's a delay on YouTube until they listen to our message. We're going to put our little music here to relax.
It's a beautiful sound.
Guys, now that John is here, I forgot. Wednesday and Thursday, the morning market update, I will not be able to do it because I have an event to attend, right? I need to be somewhere on Wednesday and Thursday morning. So I'll be back in the afternoon, right? Like inside the US session. So the market update, it can happen in two ways. Either John's going to come in the morning and do the session for you on his own, or I'm going to come back in the afternoon, late afternoon, and then I'm going to do the market update later. Okay, there is a high possibility that I'm going to wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning and try to do the market update for you, but that's going to be inside the Asian session. Now, the data is not going to be any different because I'm going to do the market update inside the Asia session. That doesn't mean, that we don't know our G levels and what we need to be careful. So there's two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to wake up early in the morning and do a session for you inside the Asian time, and then you're going to find, when you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to find the video up already waiting for you. Or John is more than welcome to do a session with you, maybe in Zoom, do a bit private. I don't expect him to do a YouTube session. He can do a Zoom with you. If that is, if he's apt to do it, that for you, and you can join him on Zoom on the normal hours, or you can wait for me to come back in the evening, and then we can do the evening market update inside the US session.
Actually, if if you can, on the 25th, we can do it together early in the morning, if you want.
On the 25th, okay.
Yeah, on the 26th, I will be in Egina from way too early in the morning. I will leave in 6:30 in the morning because I have to do a commercial video about.
Of the island?
No. About the production of the. Παραγωγή φυσική γέννηση.
The nuts. Right, okay, cool.
Που είχα πάει και τον προηγούμενο μήνα.
Ναι, για τα φιστίκια.
Είχαμε την, το καθάρισμα και λοιπά και την περιποίηση και τώρα έχουμε το μάζεμα.
Μάλιστα, nice, very nice. Okay, that's
δηλαδή,
nice.
25 μπορούμε να το κάνουμε μαζί το πρωί, δηλαδή τι ώρα το παίξει το πρωί.
Ναι, μπορούμε να το κάνουμε το πρωί. Ναι. Κοίτα, εγώ πρέπει να φεύγω από τη Λευκοσία γύρω στις 7, οπότε 7 και κάτι μπορώ να φεύγω. Οπότε άμα θες μπορούμε να κάνουμε 6. 5,5 μπορούμε να κάνουμε. Ναι ρε.
Εγώ ξυπνάω τις 5 ούτως ή άλλως.
Ωραία. Μιλάμε 5 ώρα το πρωί, κανονίζουμε ένα market update, το βάζουμε, το κάνουμε post και τα παιδιά το βρουν.
26 θα το κάνεις μόνος σου, δεν θα είμαι off εντελώς, θα είμαι στο νησί.
Nice, no problem. That's not a problem at all.
Okay.
Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me see the messages. Did anything come through? No. Ara says, awesome update. Thank you very much. We got our General John here. We're not afraid of anything. And Butter Bubbly says, thank you very much, EIA team. Much love and have a good day, everyone. So,
thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to renew our, let's say, meeting time for tomorrow. We're going to do another market update. Please be safe. If we fail to claim 102, then you're going to open shorts. If we're going to claim and recover, if there's no news around the Middle East, maybe the market wants to recover. But again, be very careful. I'm going to pay attention a little bit here what's going to happen with the open interest. Okay, I'll be watching and see how that goes. Okay, I'll be watching, I'll be monitoring these, and I'll see how that goes. Maybe we have a case for us to monitor and have a little bit advantage that maybe we're going to see, the open interest is going to help us and determine a little bit what the market is going to do. Don't forget that we're in a downtrend. Okay, follow the drill levels. If you see open interest spiking up a little bit, yes, that is going to bring a little bit hopium into the market. People trying to buy in, so to say. That doesn't mean that they're going to be so strong to reverse the market. What I'm trying to say here is that you may see an open interest, positive open interest, increasing, and you understand that the traders want to go long, okay, and they can do a little bit like a spike to the upside, but once they're going to get into the G level, there's a higher possibility that it's going to get rejected, right? And that open interest will not have that strong influence if the whole market, the institutional, the market makers want to drop it. All the news are going to come out, that's going to create panic, and that's going to create psychology cascade, and then everyone start selling again, panicking. And also remember, we are going towards the end of the month, right? The options are going to close, the monthly options, they're going to close. It's the same thing with Fridays. You have the weekly options, okay? There are various time frame in options, which is contracts. So you have a weekly contract, you have a monthly contract, you have 4-hour contract. There's a lot of options out there. So be a little bit like a reminder that towards the end of the week, we have the weekly close. Towards the end of the month, you have the monthly close. So you're going to see some action to the downside, okay? Right, that's it from me and John today. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. And remember, every day, it's a good day.
Have a great day.